Good morning. It's been one of those days already, and it's 9 o'clock. Hopefully things go better here the rest of the day. I'll explain in a minute. But I had to bring Dad down to get his backhoe down at the field where he has been moving some dirt. I wanted to show you it real quick. So there's a hole right here by this house that always has water. It's drowned it out, and he filled it in. Pulled dirt from over there by the ditch, the filter strip that is no longer part of the government program. Filled it in. Oh, I got mud on my tires. Someday when it's not muddy and I'm not busy, we'll go and look at it a little bit closer, but that day is not today. So, you guys remember how last night I went to pick up my computer? Yeah, it still doesn't work. It does exactly what it does when I took it into this squad of geeks that clearly doesn't know how to fix a computer. And they told me it was all better fixed, but they didn't do anything. All they did was move a graphics card from one slot down to the next one. They said that fixed it, and they did not. It is not working, and I'm ticked. So, I am looking for reputable computer repair shops that are local and not a giant chain store that doesn't give a dang. Anyway, it's time to go shell corn. Oh, all right. Dad did some ripping yesterday. They got all of our chicken litter spread, which is good, but we got to get it worked in. We did have about 2/10 of an inch of rain. Well, total. 1,800s total, and that includes yesterday and then a little bit more this morning. So that's actually a good thing on that chicken litter. It'll help wash some of those nutrients, the nitrogen specifically, down into the soil profile, which is good. Maybe we won't lose it all, but we need to get it worked in as quickly as possible. So Dad said it was a little sticky this morning, but give it an hour or two of sunshine and then he'll be able to get out and keep going with the tillage, so that's good. We, however, are good to go on shelling corn. Here we go. So there's just over 30 acres in this field. We actually got another field butts right up to it, so maybe we'll just work all the way across there today. I don't know, we'll see. This one's 107-day corn, I'm pretty sure. Pretty decent field here, and I believe most of it was sprayed with a fungicide, so we'll have to pull that map up and take a look here. Does have trees along the back and a couple of the sides that are going to hurt, and they're wet on the back ends, but majority of this field is good, and I expect this to be pretty decent corn. Well, we've got this field opened up here and starting to make some passes through the middle of it. I did pull up the fungicide map, sprayed the whole field, so that is good. However, this corn is just not that good. Yeah, I don't know. You can see it's terrible along the trees. We expect that. The front ends really weren't that bad, but making a pass right through the middle here, and it's not bad corn. It's not great. 180s, 190. Like it's respectable, but it's I'm not real thrilled with that this year. This year that should be better. So one thing to note, this is a 107-day golden harvest hybrid that if you followed along all summer, you'll know that I talked about. We had a corn that had a silk balling issue where the silks on the tip of the ear would get spun up inside the husks and not actually grow out and get pollen. This is that hybrid, and I'm wondering how much that's costing us right now. And I had already kind of made the decision to drop this hybrid moving forward, not to plant any more of it. But if this is really only 190 bushel corn, when I had 104-day a mile from here that was 210 or better, that makes a pretty easy decision. We'll drop this one. Well, looks like I've caught the trucks. Caught the trucks, meaning Phil came once, took a load, and hasn't been back yet. Wonder if he's having trouble getting a dryer started or something. Usually he can keep up okay when we're dumping on the ends like this with just parking the cart, and he comes and unloads it and goes. Did yesterday, fine. But that's all right. The corn's starting to get a little better, but still pretty disappointing out here. Our average is only 166. But that is creeping up. It was like 140 or 143 when we got done with the ends and the trees. All this stuff in the back here is just terrible. So most of these rounds, I think we're in the 180s. Yeah, the last one was 192, 182, 183, 173. Yeah. So it's creeping up, getting up into the 190s, but still pretty disappointing from where we were yesterday. This corn, it's got tar spot on it. This was sprayed, and that's not terrible tar spot. It probably came in pretty late. I mean, that's getting sort of bad. Who knows whether that cost us some yield or not? I'm not sure. Let's walk out here a little bit, and we'll start doing a little digging around in the residue. Let's see what we're throwing out the back. Doesn't look like much. Oh, there's half a kernel. There's another half. A different half. There's one. It looks really good, actually. That looks really good. I like seeing these big round full cobs. They're not full length, but they're not broken in pieces. There are some, but I like seeing this. It means we've got our concave set fairly close to right, because there's no kernels on it, but we're not breaking the cobs apart. And that's the goal. I think I hear a truck. I was going to jump in the tractor and get him unloaded, or get the cart unloaded. But yeah, our loss levels looks fantastic. We're not throwing anything through, so that's good. Oh, there comes our truck. I was just going to say, it smells terrible here. They spread chicken litter in this field across the road. That was the field we combined the 80 bushel beans on a few days ago, and they got it spread. So that's Dad's next target for chiseling after he finishes the first field that he was working on yesterday. He had like 10 acres to go, he said. I rode back with Phil and went and got our other truck. Just, we'll speed things up a little bit, I guess. Sounds like I'm going to get a rider. Grayson not feeling so good at school today, so he's going to come ride. There's my little buddy. How we doing? How you feeling? What happened? Oh no. Well, he said he was fine when he got here and got up in the combine and promptly had to get out to throw up again, so no good, but we'll keep moving. He can lay down and take a nap here. The corn's starting to get better. That last round averaged 201, so we're still climbing, getting into some dark green there, so that's encouraging. The average is still climbing, but still rather disappointing. Look at this. Look how far we are from any trees. Look at it. What's going on here? Where does it come from?
What?
Look, all this corn is down. It's all from the raccoons.
No, deer.
Nope, raccoons. Gone. Huge area. Just in the middle of the field. So we're over to the edge of the field. We got a little bit to finish up here yet. That's true. This is our corn next to it. That was some of the last planted stuff that we had. But it's 107 day as well. Different 107. Can you see the difference? There's pretty clear difference there. So we might jump into it, see what the moisture is. If it's relatively dry, meaning not over 25, we'll probably stay there and shell. If it is still wet, we'll find somewhere else to go. But we almost got this 30 knocked out. Our trash can. All right, so we are done here. Rather disappointing. I mean, some of it was better. There was some good areas out here. But overall, I mean, we're 77. That's not very good. Especially this year. I mean, any other year where, you know, if that was, I wouldn't complain about that if it was, you know, not everything else was running in the 200s. But to be 20, 25 bushel off of everything else so far, yeah, it's not very good. So I'm not real happy with it. Now, that said, clearly the trees are killing us, right? These trees here were terrible. These ends along these trees were terrible. These over here along these trees were terrible. So that's, you take that out and this corn was not so bad. but all the other fields have had at least some trees too, so it still was not as good a corn as I would like it to be. It is very windy out today. Corn's really blowing, but it's standing really well, at least here. This variety's standing. Look at how much the tops are blowing out of there. However, over there by those woods is one of the fields where we spread chicken litter, along with the one across the road over there. Yeah, it's blowing right at us. Anytime I get out of the cab, I can smell it. It's very aromatic today, let's call it. I was just looking at the work totals from that field, the one we just finished, and looking at the total weight here. This number right here, this total wet weight, 334,000, that should match our grain cart scales. That's just raw weight coming off the field, not moisture corrected. And so I asked Phil, I said, what's that number on the grain cart before he switched it to the next field? And he said 334,027, I think, or like 150 pounds or less off. So that's really good. It means our yield monitor was pretty darn close on that one. And, you know, it wasn't very good corn, but our yield monitor was right. Oh boy. You see that wire? See it dancing? Yeah. I just hit it with my auger. As I was folding it out, I was kind of watching it, and I was like, oh, that's really close. And
What happened?
it danced a little. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
What happened? Hit it.
What happens if we hit it? Well, fortunately, it's the ground wire on the bottom, so nothing happened because I caught it and didn't rip it down. But, you know, could have been bad. It wasn't. Low wire. That auger really goes up when you fold it out, so you gotta watch that. I had seen it and I was kind of watching, but I didn't think we were that high. Apparently we are. Apparently the unloading auger is higher than the grain tank covers, which clearly it is, just looking at it, but yeah. So this is one of our fields with the muck pockets, or the real low ground that's high organic matter. That grows ragweeds really, really well. We're going right through the middle of one right now, and the corn is what it is. The ragweeds are bringing it down a little bit, I think. Just the high organic matter breaks down herbicides so that they lose their residual effect is essentially what happens. That's why ragweeds grow in that ground so well. Plus there's a massive seed bank from years and years and years of uncontrolled weeds that is just going to sit there for a while, but they're better than they used to be. Anyway, we're moving along. There's some good corn out here, though. Some of that stuff down there, that muck grows really good corn. Terrible soybeans, but really good corn. So you can see where we're at. We're working that strip right through the middle there. This field is better than the last field. We're just shy of 200 average, but I just did these end rows that go back in here along those woods, and it brought it down some. So this is better. We'll take it. Hey, do you guys know what today is? It's October 13th. 3 years ago today was the first video I made. It's been 3 years. I've made a lot of videos in 3 years. We're over 800. That's a lot. But it's been fun. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are still enjoying them. If you are, hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up the video. That really helps me. And I want to keep it growing. Want to keep making them. And we'll see where this thing goes. But it's been quite a 3 years, and lots of videos and lots of information that we put out there, and I've enjoyed it every step of the way. So thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I have a sleepy passenger, so we got to be a little quiet. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wake him up because I got to go unload the grain cart. I'm breaking my own rules here. We left the auger out on the cart. I have a rule that you put it in every time, no matter what. But we're just leaving it parked along the side of the road, and the truck pulls kind of right up underneath it. We're not really driving it through the field very much, so I suppose it's okay. It's just this one time. Not my favorite thing, but Phil was doing it. We'll keep doing it. Speaking of Phil, there's our other truck. Keep moving. I don't like leaving the auger out because there's too many things to hit. Just like on the combine. If I would have left it out and we went under those wires and I wasn't paying attention, could have been real bad. Could have been real bad. You hook an electric wire and break an auger on a combine, it's a bad day. What? Where did that come from, Brayson?
God 911.
You making it rain?
God 911.
Because it's raining?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to quit yet. Hopefully this is just a small one that blows through real quick. But it got real windy all of a sudden. I looked up and our window is wet. Bummer. Well, I don't think it's going to rain much. There's sunshine to the west there, but it is still raining. The wind blew all the leaves and stuff off of our feeder house. That was kind of nice. But I've got one more round here. I've kind of, I'll show you in just a second when we get to one here. But I've kind of stripped in a chunk right out of the center of this field here. And I don't want to leave just a couple of rows standing by themselves because they're more likely to get blown over and be down corn if we had to quit and come back tomorrow or something. And we don't want that. So we're going to get this. And then we've got a strip over there. And there's not that much. So we're going to try and finish this at least. But we'll see. It's about 6 o'clock now. So we'd keep running for another 2-3 hours yet at least if it quits raining. But it's still raining. Decent corn through here. You can see the dark green areas. Those are 220 plus. Those are all good. What?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do that on the way back. Grayson wants to quit, but we can't quit. Look, Grayson, sun came back out. We're gonna be able to keep going. Aren't you so happy? What do you mean?
No.
You don't like riding in the combine with Dad?
No.
You do. It's just been a long day, hasn't it? It's been here for a long time since 11:30 this morning. We're almost done over here, yeah. Always good when the ridiculously expensive, super high accuracy GPS system prevents you from having a row of shame and you get a full header width at the end. Good deal. Worked like it's supposed to. So we were just finishing up on these rows up here. We do have, this is a large field and there's a bunch of rows down here that run the other direction, and then there's this little triangle piece where the rows come in here. Actually, I ran them this way this year. So I think we're going to come back, we're going to do these ends along this ditch and then try and work in here a little bit. We've got a lane over on this side that we usually pull those long rows out that way. But maybe we'll come work in this triangle or something tonight yet. We aren't going to finish this tonight because there's like 95 acres in the field. We've got 35 done, so there's 60 acres out here yet. There's no way we're going to get it done tonight, but we'll do what we can here and keep working where we can do it without a grain cart without running the grain cart on the go. This corn is really tall. So we're going to go through and do these ends along the muck here. We'll see if this corn's any good or not. The one thing that muck is really good at, well, two things: growing corn and growing ragweeds. And where you can keep the ragweeds out of it, the corn is usually really good. So we'll see what happens. We got a little knob here and then we really drop off into the low ground, and all of that down there is muck. We're going to try and get over there and run that off, but we're going to work on a few rows between here and those trees until then. So we'll see. This also tends to be fairly wet. Fortunately, we've been very dry lately. So there's actually some spots out here I think that we had to plant around because they were too wet, and this was some of the last corn that we planted. In fact, there's some corn out here that we planted that I came back and planted after my daughter was born, after Maraylee was born. I came out and like the next morning at 6 a.m. and finished planting it because I was calling for rain, and we finished planting it right as it started raining, and I went back to the hospital. Well, we were able to make one round along there. Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, we're full, aren't we, Brayson? Is the window covered? Almost. 94% it says. Let's see, that round in the muck on the end rows averaged 218, 219. 219 and a half. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, our grain cart is way down there and we are way down here. So we're gonna have to walk down there and get it. Well, my sick little rider, which he was sick, but he got better fast, has left. Phil's down there with another truck, so we're gonna empty the cart and get moved over that way. All right, well, we've made it up to the woods. They're right behind us. This is the last pass before the roads go all the way through out to here. And I know that I can't go down, do these end rows, and make it back to where my grain cart sits. So we're gonna pull out of here, or we're gonna go work our way around this ditch and get back up and do these point rows up in there. What time is it? It's 8:30. Yeah, we'll go do those, try and get that done tonight, and then that'll probably be it. All right, I just walked back and got our grain cart, filled that truck that was there mostly. There comes Phil with our last truck of the night. He said he'd come back one more time, so we're gonna fill that truck. Depending on where we're at here, we may fill the grain cart, but we're gonna try and do this triangle right in here, so see how we do. Oh, we got some tall stuff in here, down in that muck right along the ditch. Sort of hard to see right in here, but can you see how some of this corn's got a green tinge to it? That it's not totally brown, it's dried up, but it's still green on the leaves. I'll keep recording and talking until I find a spot that's better, because it's sort of patchy, but I am pretty sure that that corn was still green when we got a frost. And when that leaf tissue that's still full of chlorophyll gets frosted, it just kind of dries up instead of dying off. I mean, it is dead, but it's not draining the nutrients and everything out of the leaf quite the same, I guess. So they tend to stay green, they just dry up. It was really evident in a couple of spots right before I started filming, and I thought back in here I could see it too. But the corn may have been black layered. There's some giant rags. Corn may have been black layered and just still green, but actually done growing. I mean, it's not, well, it did jump up 26%. But yeah, more giant rag weeds. But it's not so much that it was immature, just still green. I don't see any more. Sorry. There you can see it a little bit better. The leaves are just a real dried up green color. Anyway, we're still opening this thing up. There's end rows everywhere. We're going along that ditch. We made it. Got that triangle filled in there. Cool. What a deal. Oh, there goes a coon. Alright, well, that's going to be it for tonight. That's what I wanted to get done. So I am happy to get that done. Let's see. We got 51 and a half, a little more acres done in this field. That's all of the colored in area there. We also did this field today. There was just over 30 in there, 30 and a half. So 52 and 30, that's 82 acres today. That's a good day. That is a good day for me running the combine, stopping and dumping on the gens every single time, and just one person running trucks. So we'll take that, and we'll go again tomorrow. Brock's going to be around tomorrow, so he can run cart for us a little bit. I'm still making a plan on where exactly we're going to go. We'll probably finish the field that we're in here, and then there's one or two down the road that it's really dry right now, still, even with the 0.2 of an inch of rain that we had overnight. But if it starts to turn off wet, which it could at any time, then we could be in trouble with some stuff. So getting the fields done that would be more problematic if it was wet is kind of what we're thinking, and a little bit of a priority here. I do really want to get up and get that irrigated corn. I had intentions of going up there tomorrow and over the weekend, but I talked to my judge, I guess if you want to call him, for the Corn Growers Yield Contest, the guy that's got to come and verify everything, and he is out of town until Sunday night. So he said Monday or Tuesday would work for him. So we're going to hang out working around here, at least for tomorrow again, and then maybe Saturday think about going up north to that irrigated field, because it's going to take us every bit of 2 days up there. So we can run off everything but those yield contest acres and then do them Monday morning, and then move on from there. So that's tentative plan. We'll see how it works, but things are going well. We had a good day. We had a really good day. We do need to run the combine home probably in the morning. We're not going to do it tonight for fuel before we get started. So there's between 40 and 45 acres left in this field to do yet. So we'll try and get to that tomorrow. If we can do that and another 40, be another good day, wouldn't it? All right, we got to run a truck home. The moon in the background there. All right, well, the dryer is working and running well and hasn't started on fire today, so that's a positive. We ran 17 truckloads of corn off today. That's a good day for 2 people, like I said. So our bin that we have been drying into is full, or just about full, which is a good thing. But that means that we need to start filling the big bin, the really big bin. So that's tomorrow's plan. We'll keep drying corn in the morning. Hopefully have another good big harvest day, and we'll see where we're at. So did I complain sufficiently about my computer this morning? Oh, I'm so frustrated with this. So it's telling me that the PCIe cable is not plugged into the graphics card or something like that about plugging it in. And so I took it to the people to fix it. And this is the graphics card. And all they did was move it from this slot down to that one, and they said that it worked. But as soon as I plugged it in fact, you're still plugged in? Yeah, power it on. Big fancy computer. Doesn't work. Watch what it says. Right there. Please power down and connect PCIe power cables for this graphics card. That's the PCIe cable. It says it right on it. It's plugged in. So I don't know if it's the power supply not putting enough power through this cable or if it's the graphics card itself, but I'm ticked that I took it and had them fix it, and they told me it was fixed, and it is not. So we'll deal with that, but it's super frustrating. Anyway, I'm going home. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. I already talked about this today. Seriously, it's about your last chance for the 15% or the 22% off on the Farm Focus Border View Farms merchandise and everybody else's. That ends soon, so go get yourself some if you have any interest at all, and I do appreciate it. I'm probably not supposed to say this or tell you, I don't care, but I got my report from August from Farm Focus. You guys bought 1 hoodie. That's it. Well, 1 hoodie and 2 stickers. The whole month of August, that's all I sold. They ought to kick me off the site for that. Good night. We'll see you in the morning.